Everybody, thanks for joining us on Defining Moments. I can't wait to start this program today. Listen, let me tell you something. I enjoy having all of my guests. I've said that, but there are certain guests that have been with me from the very first step of my journey in being an independent Christian broadcaster. I'm not a broadcaster. That's what I do. I am a Christian, but I'm a Christian broadcaster. But you are going to meet one of the people that has inspired me, that's been with me on this journey. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. I feel like showing out today. Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another edition of Defining Moments. I'm your host, Larry Nix, and blessed Thursday. Wherever you are, I appreciate you joining us, whether you're live with us or whether you're coming in and watching the programs through the archives. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, on 104.3 FM. The FM station, thank you for joining us, whether you're doing it terrestrially on 104.3 FM, whether you're doing it through live streaming us on iTunes or Facebook or YouTube, however you're joining us, I appreciate that. I appreciate you joining us, coming back in the archives. And then I appreciate you joining us every Wednesday at 11 o'clock on IgniteMS.tv. My goodness, Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, you have an opportunity to join us and to be inspired and encouraged, and yes, challenged to embrace your divine purpose and to live it with the spirit of excellence. Our only goal is that you leave away with hope for life. Listen, I am here, and I said on the podcast, and I can't wait until you see the podcast, because my guest today is actually my big sister, my friend Putalamus. The name that she has on her birth certificate officially is Putalamus White, but those who know her affectionately call her Tala. They're those people that God will give you. My sister said years ago, it is not only important that you know who you love, but it's equally, if probably more important, that you know who love you. Those are the people that will jump in the lion's den with you. Those are the people that will jump in the fiery furnace with you. Those are the people that will jump in the foxhole with you, no regards to themselves, but they're thinking about you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce my friend, my sister, one of the greatest inspirators. Is that even a word? Is that even a word, D? Is that even a word, Alexander? An inspirer. Inspirate. I'm trying to say an encourager. I just use that word. Someone who encourages you a lot. See, I have these young producers, and they generation check me. Okay. It's like word check, when you say something like, I was with my daughter several years ago, and I used a word. I said, now that's it. Or that's, and I said, or did you just being 100? She said, Dad, you're not even using that right. It ain't no such thing as no 100. You just got to say 100. I said, what's a 100? And then she said something a couple of months ago, and my producer, I know he has me on camera, and I saw her do this, and I said, what is that? Your finger sticky or something? And she said, that's like, what is that? Clapping or snapping? Mm-hmm. Alexander, what is this when you do this? Pay attention to me, my associate producer. What is that when you see people do that? Clack it? Yeah. Clock it. Yeah. Clock it? Yeah. Clock it. Turn that camera around. Alexander, turn that camera around. Listen. D, 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you something. Put y'all up. And don't you try to get out of that picture, D. Yay. Let me tell you something. Hey, I want both of y'all to clock it. That's it. Hey, clock it. Hold on. D, do that. Let me tell you something. Hold on. And don't you switch it until I tell you, or else I'm going to jump over the screen on you. Listen, I have two, that sounds so selfish and sounds so possessive, but I am, because I'm very possessive of them.
Protective.
And protective. That's a good word. I'm very protective.
So you have to take ownership.
That's right. So I have two of the sharpest, most intelligent, cutting edge producers for Defining Moments. Devontae, he's a senior producer, and Alexandra, when I really want her attention, I call her Andrea. I call her Andrea. That's not my name. That's when I want your attention. That's either when you done messed up or I want your attention. She said, my name is not Alexandra. It's not Andrea. But these are two of the sharpest. They are my blessing. And when God bless you with something, you take care of it.
Take care of it.
You don't abuse it. You don't discard it. You don't talk down to it. You take care of it.
Yes.
So I said, Lord, how in the world? Don't you move that camera, D. You tempted to. I can see I can see your fingers over there. Listen, I said, Lord, how am I supposed to do all of everything that I have in my heart? And you put it there. The Lord said, you just take the step. Listen, I'll give you resources, but I'm your source. And one day, now, this is not how it happened, but one day I said, Lord, how am I supposed to do all of this? And Devontae walked into my life. I said, Lord, Devontae is stretched thin. I mean, he is making potato pie out of mud at this point. I mean, he is making bricks out of straw with no mud.
Come on.
Or he's making bricks with mud and no straw. And I said, Lord, he needs help. I need help in order for me to develop this network out that the Lord has given me, which is IgniteMS.tv. Lord, how am I supposed to do all of that? And all of a sudden, Alexandra walked in my life. I talked to a professor at Jackson State University, and I said, I want your best. He said, I got the best, the brightest, the best. And therefore, Andrea.
My God.
I say Andrea because she's not paying attention to me. So wave Devontae, wave Alexandra. Listen, they are the ones behind Defining Moment in terms of producing Defining Moment. Now, all right, now you can release yourself, Devontae. Because there are tremendous blessings to this program. Now, there are other people that touch this program. Crystal, the graphic artist, and Kim, who's a producer. I call her my super producer. And then our other graphic people, Mansell Media, Zeke, and Dars, and Clay. There are many hands that touch this program, but people only see me. And they only hear me. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting in this seat because there are people who will pray with you, that God will give you, that believe in you, and they love you enough to even tell you the hard truth. And they won't let you give up. They're like, yeah, I know you're tired. I know you're disappointed. I know your feelings have been bruised, but I'm not going to let you give up, because what's inside of you will change the atmosphere, and you can't give up and you can't give in. Now, I know you're going to get hit hard, and I'm like, why are you so positive and definitive? Based off of my own life.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Tala White, she is more than anything else. Of course, she is CEO of Jackson Resource Center, and God has given her to build a community. God has given her to repurpose a nursing home and to help the homeless. I mean, some serious stuff. But more importantly, she's a child of God, just trying to work it out. Welcome back to Defining Moments.
Thank you. It's been too long.
It took me about 10 minutes to get here, but I finally had an opportunity to introduce you. Tala, I appreciate you, because I was so excited when you said yes that I'll be on the program, because I wanted you to see what you've been praying for.
Amen.
I wanted you to see the podcast studio.
Man.
You saw what you've been praying with me for at least 5 years.
Yes.
I've been talking to you about this podcast studio and this digital network at least 5 years. At least 5 years.
Yes. And it's amazing to see. So walking in there was just another testament to God and what he will do. not our timing, but his timing.
Yeah.
And so,
And sometimes that can be very, very difficult.
oh,
God, I want you to do it, and I want you to do it right now. So, Tala, as a maturing Christian, what do you tell those people that want God to do it right now, and they're impatient with the waiting? Because there's a blessing in the waiting. You may not like it, but there's a blessing in the waiting.
There's a blessing and there's growth in the waiting. We have to grow in order to get most of the things that we're asking for. Because when we're asking, normally, we're naive in our asking.
We're what now?
We're naive in our asking. We don't even understand truly what we're asking for. But we're asking out of a want and a need for that moment. And God says, I don't operate in just the moments. When I give, it's for the lifetime. So you got to be able to handle that thing that I'm giving you. And if you can't handle it, I'm not going to give it to you yet.
Now, you always inspire me. Some people come up on David when he first fought Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't when David came on the scene.
Mm-mm.
That may have been when he came on the scene in the public.
Come on.
But that wasn't when God started working with him. God started working with David when he was keeping sheep for his father.
When he was what? A child.
When he was a child.
That's it.
And he was keeping sheep. And while he was being trained to care for his father's sheep, Jesse, he was fighting lions and bears and coyotes.
Yes.
In the backfield. So by the time he got to Goliath, that's why he was looking at all of these soldiers and saying, "What's your problem? You don't hear this man cursing your God and cursing at you?"
Come on.
He says, "So why are you intimidated?" The reason why he wasn't intimidated by that mountain is because of his training.
Yes.
Boy, I feel a moment right here.
Huh.
So listen, God has given you a community development. When you walked in this morning, you said, "What kind of coffee do you want?" I told you, and I'm thinking that you're gonna stop by another big box store and bring me some coffee. You're bringing me coffee from your own coffee shop.
Own coffee shop. Yes.
But when I met you with your own business, in your own building. God moved you then to purchase a house, to renovate a house for your ministry. Then God moved you to he blessed you with another building to repurpose that building. Then
wait. I got to interrupt you.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
Fix it.
Because you cannot sit here and give these people all of the blessings without going way back and letting them know all the pitfalls, the holes I had to fall in, the losses I had to take. Because
it wasn't linear. What you're saying is it wasn't just cute and apple pie and ice cream and Coca-Cola. You just dancing through life and it's just fine.
No, we're
not
gonna
you
do
were
that.
going to interrupt me.
We're not gonna do that because we got to be real.
I knew you were going to interrupt me, child.
What's the name of this show?
Defining moment.
Oh, okay. And so those defining moments was every time I took a loss.
You need somebody in your life like a toddler to say, "No, stop talking."
No, because we're not going.
You took an L. Go ahead.
Every time I took an L, God grew me up.
Talk.
He taught me some more stuff.
Talk.
That's that waiting, because I was asking for things and I wasn't ready for them.
My God.
So he had to grow me up. He may have given me a little bit of taste of what I was asking for at that moment, but he couldn't give me the fullness of it because I wouldn't have been able to handle it. So he would give me a taste, and then when I mess up, he'd allow me to fall and look around and be like, "Wait, God, what? Huh?"
That's a good point. So God gives you a test so that when you fall, it's not devastating.
It's not. It's devastating if you don't know who he is. If you're not sure that he is who he says he is, yes, it can be very devastating. And those are the times when
man's arrogance will kill him.
Ooh, that's a whole nother story.
I'm ready for this blessing, God. God said, "No, you're not."
No, you're not. He said, "No."
So God gave David lions and bears and coyotes and wolves, preparing him for Goliath, because had he stepped up to Goliath, he would have been a casualty.
Hello? Just like all the rest of them. Come on. Think about it. Why did he say, "What's wrong with y'all"? Because they had not gone through anything. They were placed in position. Oh, Jesus.
Come on with it.
They were placed in position.
We got some shouting room up in this room.
Okay, good.
And we got a little cord on this on the earphone.
Oh, yeah, we got a little room.
And we got a little room to run. Come on with it now.
They were not ready because they were placed in positions that they were not groomed for. Come on. He just, oh, Jesus, I needed that one.
What's the danger
So-
of being placed in a position or placing yourself in a position you're not groomed for?
Whew. The fight.
Yeah.
The danger is the fight. Because with everything, there's going to come a fight.
Yes.
The Lord says, take his yoke upon us
Yeah. And learn
and learn
of me.
of him. If we don't do that and we operate on our own knowing,
It's a mess.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
So we can get placed in a position because of who we know or what we know, head knowledge. But do we know what it takes to be in that place?
You know, I said this in the podcast. I said there are three kinds of people. And people have heard this before, and they've probably repeated it before. There are three kinds of people. People who watch things happen, people who make things happen, and people who say what happened. I categorize you as one of those people that make things happen. Interestingly, as I've watched your journey hasn't been easy.
No.
Your journey has been very tough.
Yes.
But you're one of the most resilient people that I know. And you get hit and you get knocked down, but you keep getting up. I want to ask you the question, what is the passion that causes you to keep getting up? Say tune. What is the passion? What inspires you to keep getting up?
The Lord.
What does that mean?
Literally. Because I know that he's with me, I can keep getting up. It's like every time I get knocked down, it hurts in the natural. But my spirit man will not let me stay down because of the Lord and the journey that he has me on. What I do, I don't do for me. I do for him. That's the word. The word says only what we do for the Lord will last. So I'm not doing any of this for me. It's for him.
For that person that feels worn out, they feel dejected, they feel uninspired. It's like they're trying, but they just keep getting hit. Left, right. What do you do with it? I want you to answer that question in a second.
Okay.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Listen, okay, let me tell you what I'm going to do. My phone is blowing up. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. My producers and I, we've decided we're going to have you, Cameron Tate,
Cameron, I hope you're listening.
and Suno Justice on this program. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put everybody on cordless mics. And we're gonna move the furniture out of the way.
That's right.
And we just gonna let it go.
Put us in an empty room.
And put it and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna give y'all one word for the entire program, and I'm gonna say Jesus, and I'm gonna move out the way. My producer's shaking his head like you in trouble, man.
Okay.
So what do when you feel despondent, when you feel ostracized, when you feel isolated, when you feel like you've tried it, but you just keep getting closed doors. You keep disappointment. You keep the naysayers in your life. 1 minute you're high, and all of a sudden you get bad news, and you just drain, and you just feel like giving up. Don't talk to me. God, I don't want you to talk to me. I don't want no person to talk to me, but God, I don't even want to talk to you. What do you do, Tyler? Based upon your own life experiences.
You take 5 and you get up and you get going. My mom has this saying. She says, hey, before you open your mouth, I need you to always take 5. Take 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months if you need to. But before you open your mouth, you take 5. I took her saying and I twisted it a little bit. So when people or life or whatever knocks me down,
You
me
take
backward,
5. That's
I
good.
take 5.
That's good.
If I need 5 minutes, and that's about all the Lord give me, it's 5 minutes.
Me too.
To step back, have my cry session, my pity party, my whatever, and then he be like, "Okay, you ready? You got to keep going."
He has work to do.
We cannot stop because that's the enemy's tactic. That's what he wants us to do. He wants us to stop because if he gets us to stop, we forfeited the thing that God has for us.
Wow.
Destiny is gone at that point if we stop.
That's powerful. If you stop, destiny is gone. You forfeited your destiny by stopping. And you know what? Or putting on clothes that God didn't design for us. I'm reminded when Adam and Eve clothed themselves when they sinned and they got leaves and they clothed themselves. God was walking through the garden looking for Adam and Eve, and he asked them the question. It was a rhetorical question. It wasn't an open-ended question that he really didn't know the answer to. But he asked Adam and Eve. He said, "Where are you?" In other words, what have you done? Then Adam responded and said, "We're hidden. We're hidden.
Why?
Because we're naked." And God responded was, "Who told you?"
That part.
Who told you that you were naked? In other words, who told you that you lacked? Because when I breathed into you the breath of life, and you became the resemblance of me.
Come on.
So who told you that you lack? Who's telling you that you lack sufficiency? Who's telling you that you're deficient? Who are telling you, in fact, I want you to come a little closer. Who's telling you that you're not good enough? Who's telling you that something is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I, like Moses, I was a stutterer. And now I'm on radio, television, and a podcast. And I was a stutterer. Moses asked God, wait a minute, you want me to go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh what? Let my people go, what? All right, so first of all, I'm a stutterer. God said, I knew that. First of all, I knew, you're not telling me anything that I did. I made you a stutterer because people are going to read about you thousands of years later. They're going to see that I was able to use you in spite of what you thought was a disability.
Yep.
Actually, it wasn't a disability. It was ability.
Come on.
Just tell them I am that I am.
Tell them what?
I am that I am.
Okay. Y'all hold on to that. Okay.
So let me tell you something. You're not deficient. There's nothing wrong with you. God will take what you think is your disability and make it ability for his glory and your good. Ooh. Now I need to be quiet because I feel you running over there.
Man, what?
Because you moving all around in your chair.
My leg is like, that's it. That is it. Because the enemy will make you forget who you are and whose you are. And when he can do that,
he has stymied your destiny.
Come on.
Tyler, how did you get here? Now, I'm not saying you took I-55 and I-20. I'm not talking about
yeah,
that.
I took 20.
Yeah, I know. But how did you get, because you founded Jackson Resource Center. First of all, what is Jackson Resource Center?
Jackson Resource Center is a 501c3 nonprofit ministry, okay, that works with anyone that's homeless or threatening homelessness. We don't just wait till you homeless. If we can get you before you get there, we're going to try to keep you from getting to that point.
Right.
But we pride ourselves on working with individuals and families holistically, encompassing the whole person, not just giving them a handout, but giving them a hand up. You know,
something that you said, and you're very defiant when you use this terminology, and I am as well. You know, you hear this phrase and this terminology now, and I believe it is an subtle attempt by the enemy to soften and to separate the vile and the offense of the homeless population. We no longer refer to them as homeless. We refer to them as unhoused. I'm like, what's the difference? And we come up with all of these philosophical, analytical answers.
Yes.
And I believe it is an attempt for us to excuse ourselves from the reality that we're the wealthiest country we say that we're the wealthiest country in the world with billionaires and trillionaires, and we pride ourselves in that, but yet we have people without homes, without stability, not only adults but children.
Yes. That's because we're the most selfish country as well. I got mine, you get yours.
And God is not pleased with that.
He's not.
Now I'm not asking you to rewrite Scripture. I'm asking you to look at Scripture, because Scripture says that which you do to the least of these,
Yes.
you do it also unto me. And I heard years and years ago, if you want to understand the soul of a country, then look at how that country treats its elderly, its disabled, and its children and the homeless population.
That's it.
If you really want to understand. But that Jackson Resource Center, that's the tent. But how did you even get here? Because the name of the program is Defining Moment. I say each of us have a defining moment. That is that second that God introduces us to the purpose that he created us for. So can you point back to a place in your life? That's a setup, you know that, don't you? Can you point to a place in your life that you says, God introduced me to my defining moment? There are some folk, God introduced all of us. There are some folk who immediately get it, eventually get it. Unfortunately, there are some who never get it.
Unfortunately, yes. Okay, so my first defining moment, it would be the one that you love.
I love that story. I'm your mama. I think your mama should have yanked you out of that car and gave you some act right. No, I'm just kidding. Mama, I'm just kidding.
She probably gave me some when I got home.
That's right.
But that was my first one, but I didn't know it because I was a child.
Yeah.
So my mom had baked a pie for my aunt, and we were on our way to the mall to get something to take to my aunt also. We were at a red light, and there was a homeless gentleman standing in the median, and I knew he was hungry. I don't know, something in me just knew he was hungry. And so I looked over, and the pie was sitting beside me in the back seat. And I looked back at him, and it's like, I think he needs this pie more than my aunt. And so I picked up the pie, let my window down.
Freshly baked pie.
No, freshly baked pie. Gave the man the pie, and my mom is like, what are you doing? But she couldn't get mad because she has the same heart.
She does.
She really
I
does.
love your mom. She's super.
Yes. So that was God's setup. And it takes my mom to tell the story. That was his setup, and him telling me even then where he was taking me. But like I say, I was a child, so
because you have, and I'm just not bragging on my friend in a very naive, narcissistic way. Tala has the experience and the aptitude to be working in corporate America, to own your own high-level business in graphics design, art, administrative. You have that aptitude to be working on Wall Street in New York or wherever it is, or Fortune 500, or you're developing and turning your business into a Fortune 500. But you turn all of that in to do ministry.
I did.
But what you didn't do is turn your skill set in.
I did not.
Because you utilize your skill set in your ministry.
He says that what he birthed in us, what he placed in us from birth, from when we were in our mother's womb, he placed it in us with purpose.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
But sometimes in life, the enemy comes in and distorts those gifts and those talents and make us use them for the wrong thing. He says, I want you to keep and use your gifts and your talents that I placed in you in your mother's womb. But I want you to use them for me.
Yes.
Not for the enemy and not for your selfish gain. So those things that he taught me throughout corporate America, throughout me starting my for-profit business, throughout all that, those things that he taught me, he was actually sharpening my gifts that he had placed in me to use for him.
You know, now don't think, and thank you so much for calibrating my expressions early on when you say, Larry, okay, I got to stop you. It wasn't that easy, me bouncing from my graphics design business, my printing business, to buying a house and turn it into a shelter, and buying this building and turn it to this, and buying this nursing home and repurposing it for the homeless. It wasn't that linear. It was ups and downs and pitfalls, and full of naysayers, people full of people that lying to you, that say that they will help you, they never did, lying on you. So what do you do when you? And by the way, let me say this: pioneers walk by themselves oftentimes.
We do.
Pioneers walk by themselves. So if you think there are going to be a lot of folk around you cheering you in the bench and in the stand, forget about it. You got the wrong. Pioneers oftentimes, trailblazers oftentimes walk by themselves. And number two, they have a lot of mental struggle. The mental struggle is, God, you want me to do this, and I don't even understand all of it myself.
Yes. And I will take and attach to that word now. I used to wouldn't attach to that word pioneer because I didn't think I was pioneering anything. But in one of those seasons when God pulled me off the scene, he showed me that I was. He showed me glimpses of my life and how I would always be 5 to 7 years ahead of what would come. And so I take that, and I take it. I don't take it lightly. It means a lot to me. But this journey, yeah, it's a lonely one sometimes.
You know what? And we need to do a better job in church encouraging people. Stay tuned. Do you doing your thing over there? You pushing about 7 buttons over there at one time. Like he making salad over there, man. He's a bad. Shut your mouth.
Do you think we need to have a camera on y'all like
all the time? I'm telling.
I'm
trying to tell you. I'm telling. I love my producers. I don't know anybody. I don't know about anybody else, because I know other programmers and content producers and post. They have issues with their producers. I mean, it's a constant fight.
You need to be able to pull some of those clips out and use them every now and then. So there needs to be a constant camera on the engineer booth.
Now I'm gonna listen to what she say now, because
Seriously.
she done got me here. So you don't drop off people that help you got to here. So now let's put that. I don't really need that camera right there. So just use that. So yeah,
and it needs to be recording.
So listen, let's just go ahead and turn that camera over right now, because I don't need that camera, D. So just go ahead, Alexander. Just go ahead and turn that camera around.
Because those are moments that's right. Gonna be.
See, I had to say that, Alexander, because I know D wasn't gonna do that. So I had to pull my trump card on him, by turning the camera. So I said, walking the journey as a pioneer, as a trailblazer, can be easy. So get out of. Don't think that you're gonna have a lot of people walking with you. You are blessed. You are immensely blessed if you have 2 people walking beside you that's patient enough, because it's a journey, not a sprint. Yes. You are incredibly blessed if you got a few people walking with you. So I think we need to do a better job as Christians telling new Christians that, listen, God bless you. This is one of the best decisions that you've made on your life, but your life is going to be full of stretching.
That but.
Yes.
Make sure we put that but in there.
That's right. Because Jesus says at the end, but I've come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. That's John 10:10, B part. Listen to this. I've come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Yep. He was responding to the first part of John 10:10. The thief comes not but for to steal, kill, and destroy. So the enemy, first of all, the enemy didn't want your parents to birth you.
Right.
He tried to kill you in childbirth.
Yes.
He tried to choke you.
Yes.
All right. But since you got away from that, all right, then his constant motivation in life is to kill you, to choke you in your sleep. You run somebody run a red light, a meteor fall out the sky, something. You at the wrong place at the wrong time. But Jesus says, "Let me let you talk. This
You know
is your
what?
this is your program, isn't it?" But after we come out of break, because I know you ready to go.
Man,
Hold on.
you just
Hold on.
reminded me.
Hey, I appreciate each of you joining us. Sister Winsley, thank you for joining us. Sister Harvey, thank you for joining us. Carolyn Mayberry, wow, thank you for joining me. Appreciate you so much. Enjoyed having you as guest on this program, Sister Mayberry. You're my friend. You had something to say, and I look forward to having you back. Go ahead and say what you need to say.
You've reminded me in the break of situations. You said, the enemy didn't want your mother to birth you.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy literally tried to take me out.
Me too.
Several times. Once when I was a child and we had an accident, my mom's brakes locked up on her car and we went over a ravine into a ditch. The people came over and they said, we have never seen anybody walk away from this ditch.
Wow.
The second one was after I graduated high school and moved to Atlanta. I was on my way to work, and the gang initiation at that time was to throw boulders off of the bridge and see if you could harm somebody. Well, I just happened to be one of those targets. So they threw a boulder off the bridge, and literally I blacked out. I tell the story when it comes up that God had the angels to drive me to a fire station in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Because I have no clue how I got to that fire station. And then to the hospital. I have zero clue. So the enemy tried to take me out then. Oh, and I skipped one. Let me go back because that was number 3. One of my aunts was married to a guy that, I don't know what his issue was, but he took my entire family and my aunt hostage and threatened to kill all of them. He shot my mom. My mom's been shot. Took us hostage and threatened to kill all of us. But
God. And let me that's a sobering story. And I know definitively the reason why you were not shot, the reason why you were not killed, mass murdered, is because of the scores of people, the homeless people, the most vulnerable that you've been able to bless.
Amen.
I know when people see your warehouse of supplies and you've fed scores of people, your trailers, and you fed people in the parks downtown Jackson, and you've clothed people, and you've helped give shelter to the homeless. And there are those that would say, girl, they're making a fool out of you. Girl, don't you know you could be making a minimum of 6 figures living in a larger metropolitan city? But they're just making a fool out of you. What is your response?
It's okay. They're not making a fool of me. I'm here for God.
And you have to be resolved in that, don't you?
I do. Because I know that I know that I know I'm here for him.
And the enemy does not like that. If you walk in your purpose, then it's your purpose.
Then it's my purpose.
It's not God. My mother, when my mother was birthing me, she was hemorrhaging profusely. So much so that the doctor came out and said to my dad, and I was told the story, that we can't save both, your child or you. And my mom, in her faint voice, said, save my child. My daddy told the doctor, said, save both of them. Okay. My mom is celebrating her 97th year birthday.
But God.
Someone asked me, now remember I started the story out by saying my mom was hemorrhaging profusely. Blood everywhere. And the doctor said to my mom in a faint voice, she said, save my baby. My dad said, save both of them. Someone said, so how did you get saved? Here we go. This is running time.
Uh-oh.
Touch your neighbor. Touch 3 people. Somebody say, how did you survive?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I was covered by the blood.
Take. And when I say run, what? There is a reason.
There's a song that said, it reaches to the highest mountain. It flows to the lowest valley.
Come on.
The blood
Come on.
will never, ever lose its power.
Never.
I was covered. How did you survive, Larry? I was covered by the blood.
Ooh.
As I was then, I am now. The enemy comes but for to steal, kill, and to destroy.
Yes.
Fix it. Take it from there.
But God.
What does that mean?
That's all I can say. What is but? What is the word but in the English?
Hey D, she done gone into her preaching style now. She twisting and she using her hand now.
Yes. What is the word but in English? What did they teach you? The word but was. Come on.
It's a conjunction.
It's a conjunction.
It's a word to bridge one thought to another.
Yes. But what do conjunctions also do?
That's right.
They cancel out everything that comes before them. I want to go to the mall, but I want to buy this new car, but I'm hungry, but
Defining moment missionary Baptist Church today, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't do that to me.
And that's what Jesus said. Jesus said, yeah, the enemy, he trying to do all of that.
All that. But I come.
That you may have life and have it more.
But he came. But he came. I have the words, I have ... but God on my wall. So in those days that you were asking me about, come around, I could twirl my seat around in my office, look at my wall, and I could tell anybody but God.
Because I'm going to tell you something. The things, the assignments God has given you, I'm telling you, it would take an army to accomplish what you've been able to accomplish. And you said something on a podcast. I'm like, in your earlier days, you used to use the word we, the plural.
I did, and didn't even know I was using the word we until one day it just hit me that every time I go to a meeting or every time I meet with a client or every time I do anything, I say we. And it was just me. Back then, in the beginning, it was just me.
In your business or your ministry?
Yes. There was just me with those thoughts and those dreams that God had given me. There was no entourage or anything. It was just me. And so I was like, why do I always say we? And the Lord said, because I'm here. We're here. We got you.
So when people hear, because your next assignment is to build a community, is to develop a community. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about just put a house on an acre land. Mm-mm. But the Lord is giving you assignment to develop an entire community. What's the purpose of this community? In Jackson, Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, she needs as much money as she can to develop this community. So if people like to give to support your ministry, how can they do that?
They can go to reachjackson.org and go to, I think there's a donate button on the homepage.
Okay,
and
all
just
right.
click that button.
Because I'm going to tell you something. Any work that Tala is doing is good. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you, a lot of the money that was used initially and probably still is her money. Is her money. But let's talk about this community. I know it's God's money.
It's God's money.
But let's talk about this community that He's causing. He's charging you to develop.
God put this charge on me years ago to develop a community where His people could go and have all the resources that they need to go from point A to point Z, not B, to point Z in one location. So basically a one-stop shop for everything that they're in need of, everything from emergency housing to permanent housing, and all the resources in between that it takes to get that. Because the most discouraging thing is when I'm trying to do better, when I'm trying to better my life, when I'm trying to better my situation, but I can't get to the resources that I need in order to change my situation.
That's right.
So he told me to bring all those resources to one location and allow them to build community. When we were in Poindexter Park back then, it's Pittman Park now.
And that's in that. And for those of you unaware, that's in downtown Jackson area,
close to downtown.
Yeah.
So when we were in Poindexter Park, God showed me how we could change. Excuse me, because we don't change anything. We could be change agents.
Well, that's good.
For people with no money, with no financial resources, just by building relationships. When we built relationships with people in the park, they started changing.
Wow.
They started handling their lives differently. And so,
because they felt love.
Yes.
They felt care. You know what? People, I've learned this about people. I'm a study of people. People will become what you say they will become.
They will. Yes.
If you know what, my brother told me this years and years ago. He said, be careful how you talk about people, because they'll become what you pronounce on them. If you call them an alcoholic, they're going to play it out.
That's it. The power of life and death is in the tongue.
It's in the tongue.
It's in the tongue. So if I call you blessed, you enough, you blessed. You begin to think that way. You begin to take that personality on. But if I call you a loser,
then you're going to take on that title.
Exactly.
And that's why it is important to make sure that you're careful about the company you keep.
Yes.
That's why you're careful, because you become the definition of your circle.
You do.
You become your... It's association brings by assimilation.
Yes.
Meaning that you're going to influence them or they're going to influence you. If all you hear is you no good, you're not going to amount to anything, then you're going to start playing that out.
Yes.
If you're around people and they say, yep, it's hard, but you can make it. You can do it. You can, then you're going to get up like, okay, maybe it's hard, but I'm going to try.
That part. Yes. So, and that's why we help those that are on the verge of homelessness as well as those that are homeless. Because if I can help you change your mindset, it changes the trajectory of your life.
So how much projected wise is this project going to cost to develop out? And I'm going somewhere with this questioning.
10 years ago, $56 million.
$56 million.
So today about $70 million.
70?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But now, Tyler, because I asked God, I said, God, you want me to build this? Lord, I know how much it costs to build a television station. I know how much it costs to manage a television station.
Right.
Yearly. I'm not talking about I'm talking about millions of dollars to operate a television station. And the Lord says, I never intended for you to buy one. I intended for you to build one. That was my frustration. I was trying to buy a television station, to buy a radio station. Lord says, I never told you to buy one. I told you to build one.
Oof.
And it's going to be for my glory. Now, you're going to go through a whole lot of money, but you're going to learn the lesson.
Come on. That's that growth.
That's that growth part.
Yes.
All right.
Those are those seasons we don't like.
Yeah.
When he's teaching us how to be good stewards of what he gives us, because we have to be able to be a good steward of the little.
But then what about those persons that like, I don't like growth. I don't like being stretched. I don't like pain. No, well, let me take it back. I don't like the pain. Forget about the growth part. Just pretend I didn't say that. Just say I don't like the pain. Because pain
likes pain.
Tyler, pain hurts.
Pain hurts bad. It hurts bad. But in the pain, if you will get the lesson that he's trying to give you, there's glory on the other side.
That's powerful. That's a word there. If you accept the pain and the lesson he's trying to teach you, there's glory on the... That's a T-shirt. Now, I got to be careful with you because I said it's T-shirt mess because you have a company, you'll put it on a T-shirt.
I'll be like, Larry!
That's right. You'll put it on a T-shirt.
Look, the T-shirt is here.
If you endure the pain, there's glory
on the other side.
on the other side.
It is. You got to be able to trust him.
In the growing process.
Yes.
Trust
in
him
the
during
pain. You got to be able to trust him in the pain.
You got to be, okay, keep talking about it. You got to be able to trust him
in the pain.
Listen, you said something, and I promise you, I'm going to let you know when this podcast airs, ladies and gentlemen, because I would say you got to get your popcorn and Coke, but you forget about the popcorn because it's going to be all over your house. It's going to be all over your apartment. Wherever you are, you're going to. So just sit there quietly. Or just sit there. I'm not saying quiet.
You ain't going to be able to sit quietly.
Yeah, because you said something that I felt like running then. You parallel a person going through pain as test time.
Yes.
In the classroom.
Yes. The Lord gave it to me years ago that everything in the natural parallels with the spiritual. So we can look at the classroom in the natural.
My goodness. I don't know why I invited you on this program today and just relegated it to an hour. It should have been all afternoon until we just got exhausted.
Just fall out from the
Listen.
Yep.
Listen. Is that Vanessa? Vanessa said, when God is speaking, we must listen.
Hey, Vanessa.
When God is speaking, we must listen. That actually pivots to what you're about to say. Because you said something so powerful. I've never thought of it this way.
He gave me that thought years ago. The Lord.
Because some folk, because I've heard even recently, I can't hear from the Lord. It just seems like the Lord has gone silent. Like I pray and pray and pray. And there have been seasons of my life I prayed. I'm like,
right.
Hello, God, are you there?
Yep. And we feel like he's not there, but he's there.
But, okay, let me quit talking because you got something to say.
He's there. So if you look at the natural school system, it parallels with the spiritual system. In the natural, we go through class. We have 4 semesters of schooling a year. At the end of the semester, we have to take a test. We have to take our semester exam to see what we've learned.
Go ahead.
If we've learned anything, the test will tell it. Our teachers are in the room with us when we're taking those semester exams, but they don't say a word. We're used to them teaching us and interrupting us when we're in that classroom and, telling us what's wrong and what's right. But during that test,
Hold on.
They don't say a word.
Okay, hold on. Don't talk to me. Talk to them because they need to hear them. Talk directly to them.
During your semester exam in the natural, the teacher is in the room. And as Larry so elegantly put it earlier, they're pacing the room. They're walking around. But they're right there. But they cannot give you the answers to what's on the test. In the spiritual realm, it's the same way. Once God has taken you through the class, when it's time for you to elevate, you have to take that test to make sure you're ready. He's in the room.
Yes.
But he's not going to say a word.
Wow.
Because he can't give you the answers. You got to stand on your own in that season. In that testing season, you have to stand on your own, but he's right there with you. I promise you, he has not left you. His word says, in his word, he told us, I will never leave you nor forsake you. But we think he leaves for a moment, and he doesn't. He just gets quiet because we got to take that test. So when you think you can't hear him or you're not hearing from him, know that you're in your testing season.
Wow.
and that he is right there. But he's saying, you got this. You got it. You gonna pass this test, because we got to go to the next level. We got to go to the next place and what I have for you. So you got it.
So before God gave David the challenge, or allowed the challenge of Goliath, he gave him the responsibility of taking care of his father's sheep in the backside of the pasture, and he had to fight lions and bears and wolves and coyotes.
That was class time. Come on. That was class time. He was in class
And
then.
the test time was Goliath.
Come on. Because God sat back at that moment and said, I don't have to say a word.
And David didn't flinch.
At all.
When it came to that test, David didn't flinch.
He knew exactly what to do because he had been to class and he learned.
So that's why I asked you how much this project is going to cost to develop. You said several years ago, 56, now 70 million. You're not flinching.
I'm not.
Because you've seen what God has done all along up to this point.
Larry, let me tell you a little something, okay?
Come on.
I'm unfiltered at this moment, okay?
Go
I used
ahead.
to try to save face, people's feelings and
Yeah.
things, because I felt like I needed to be a certain way in order to get where God is trying to take me for his glory. Now, since I grew up a little bit, I'm unfiltered.
I can tell you. You was unfiltered then, but go ahead.
It was just suppressed.
Right.
It was suppressed. So, when they took that grant from Jackson Resource Center, and I allowed people to break me at that moment, God had to literally come in the room earlier this year and say, you forgot who you are. You forgot whose you are. I allowed them to take that, because at that point they could say that was them. It's not going to be them. I'm going to send the people with the resources that honor me. I said, okay, Lord. He said, it's going to happen. You didn't disappoint me. You're right where I need you to be.
Listen, I'm going to get you back here. We got 30 seconds left because my producer, he going to squeeze out every second. For those that feel like they failed God, what would you say? And their life and their dreams have been dashed, what would you say?
You cannot fail him. And especially for those that are parents, you'll get this. You really will get this. When your child does something against what you've taught, that child hurts your feelings, but they don't disappoint you because you know that they are growing. God sees us as children. We are his children. And he knows you're growing in that thing. So you haven't disappointed him. He has to be able to know that he can trust you in the next place. So just take it as a lesson learned.
Hey, my name is Kyle Reno, Senior Pastor at Cross Gates Baptist Church. Here's a defining moment from this
I
life.
got to get used to that countdown.
You have a part, and God has the power to see people's lives changed. Same story.